On behalf of the Center for Strategic Philanthropy at the University of Cambridge, thank you very much, Your Excellency, for taking the time to speak with me today and to reflect on your truly glowing experience in inspiring generations through cultural diplomacy. Her Excellency Huda Alkhamis-Kanoo is a champion and advocate of the arts, education, and women's development. Her life's journey truly is an inspiring tale of investing in youth, creating the future, and partnering with the world. Born at the crossroads of cultures in her own right, Huda Kanoo is Emirati, the daughter of a prominent Saudi Syrian business family. And I can say she's literally married to the arts with her wonderful husband, Mohammed Kanoo, who is a prominent businessman and artist. And speaking of art, she is the founder, of course, of the Abu Dhabi Music and Arts Foundation, which has been generating incredible impact for over 25 years. She's also the artistic director of the Abu Dhabi Festival and a founding member of the American Ballet Theater's Global Council. Her Excellency is the UAE President's appointee to the board of the Abu Dhabi Authority for Culture and Heritage and the recipient of numerous awards, including the Abu Dhabi Medal, the United Nations Women Together Award, the Aspen Institute Emerging Voice Award for Cultural Stewardship, the Puccini Festival Foundation Award, and the Middle East Institute Visionary Award. Mrs. Kanoo serves on several international advisory and executive boards, including the Middle East Institute, the Edinburgh International Festival, the International Circle of the Reina Sofia College of Music, and the National Advisory Board of Zayed University. Amongst the orders bestowed upon Mrs. Kanoo is the Order of the British Empire, the Royal Order of Isabella the Catholic by order of His Majesty King Philip IV, and many other distinguished recognitions conferred upon her in Spain, Germany, Italy, France, Belgium, and Poland. Your Excellency, in addition to raising a truly wonderful family, you have dedicated your life's focus to three universal themes that touch human lives, namely inspiring art, innovation, and unity. Along the way, you've established the Abu Dhabi Music and Arts Foundation in 1996, and I'd like to start by asking about your journey with ADMAF and whether your vision for it has perhaps changed in any way over the past 2.5 decades.
Thank you, Badr, and thank you for having me with you today and talking at what we are trying all to achieve for the betterment of humanity. You know, Badr, I established the foundation 25 years ago. And when I established ADMAF and the Abu Dhabi Festival, it was driven by instinct and passion. I had no idea that I'm a philanthropist. And I had no clue that this is a philanthropic work or what does philanthropic work takes to do or to achieve. We are celebrating 25 years of the foundation. And next year, we will be celebrating Abu Dhabi Festival 20th anniversary. So, you know, Badr, I was acting by instinct when I first started. And really, I didn't know that I needed a strategic and financial plan. I governed myself. So if you tell me governance, if you tell me audit, no clue, no idea about that. So I governed myself and used my own finance and audited myself. All this, you know, just by what I thought is right. And I didn't know if I'm going to be successful. But today, we are a registered foundation with a proper governance and strategic plans in place. And you know who's happy? My husband, Mohammed Kanoo. Said, oh my God, finally, she got it right. So after 25 years, I'm more determined, Badr, than ever, and my vision is clearer than ever. But if you ask me what carries me, what keeps me going, and how do I do that? I would say what carries me and every visionary towards their vision, and what transforms their ideas, our ideas, into reality is craftsmanship. Is craftsmanship. And for me, being able to craft, to continue, for me being able to craft an ecosystem that embraces mutual understanding and nurture creativity will always be my mission. And it will always be my driving force, This is the stage I'm in today. And I have been privileged to be involved with visionary artists. The artists who allow me every year to achieve this intricate process of craftsmanship, of achieving the goals. And I do that, and I try to do that with wisdom, patience, humility. I strive to extend and amplify the vision of the United Arab Emirates, a cultural nation, diverse yet united. This is who we are. Rooted yet open to the world, proud yet friendly, strong yet peaceful, traditional yet innovative. With this in mind, with this DNA that we have in us, I continue to open the gateway to knowledge. Education will always be at the heart of my mission, and I will forever be dedicated to it. So the mission and the vision is stronger, it's clearer, and I will never, never let go of that. And so we at ADMAF remain committed to providing a wide variety of education programs. I do that through a wide variety of education programs, including scholarships and fellowships for university and PhD students abroad, as well grants and mentorship for young artists, writers, musicians, filmmakers to produce new work. We continue to open doors for emerging artists and reward excellence with awards and programs that make a difference. So we continue to nurture free, creative thinking. And today, I'm proud to say that thousands of students and artists from the Arab world and from the world have moved forward with us to create, innovate, and make a difference. What we gave is the opportunity, Badr, opportunity. And I will never stop giving up the opportunity. So in the end, the mission is there, the vision is there, more consolidated, and I will continue to unite with each and every person who believes in investing in the young to create the future. We partner with the world, we unite with the world to make a difference and to build up civilization. So this is in a nutshell.
So beautifully said. And of course, huge congratulations for 25 years of incredible impact. And so excited to see the journey ahead, inshallah. I'd love to talk a little bit more about music, the universal language of the soul. And as you always remind us, has a unique ability to connect people. As you know, I share your strong belief in the power of music and more broadly cultural diplomacy in building bridges. Could you share with our viewers your vision on how to create lasting impact through music and the arts, and the role that strategic philanthropy plays to propagate and maximize such impact?
Thank you, Badr, for this question. It's a very dear question to my heart, and it means the world to me to keep on always talking about it and reinforcing the role of music and the art. Allow me to always go back to my notes. I love my notes, but Badr, we all know that it takes a village to raise a child, but we don't know maybe that it takes a nation to make music and bring it to life. Developing music does not start with the individual. It starts with the society. The challenge in our part of the world is for art in general and music in particular to evolve into worthy, serious pursuit for the future of a child. Part of the challenges that I faced and ADMAF is still facing today is to help families and individuals to understand that music is a respectful career to begin with. So in order for music to hold an important place in people's life, ADMAF had to change and continue to do that. ADMAF had to change perceptions on the ground, and many initiatives were needed. This brings us back to education. I go back to education, Ya Badr. No matter, in every direction I go, it's education, it's the enlightenment, it's the knowledge. So this brings us back to education, giving music a place at schools, and supporting and giving music a place first at school, and a possibility for higher education in music as well. But also supporting the musicians, the composers, and supporting the composers to publish their work, and musicians to perform and to perform this new composition, and especially from the Arab world. But let me share with you like two recent examples of our investment in musicians and composers to produce new work, and how we maximize the impact of our support. This is what's needed today, Ya Badr, how you maximize the impact of your support and how you make the world part of it. Abu Dhabi Festival produced Emirati composer Mohammed Fayrouz's Fifth Symphony, A Call for Peace, celebrating the vision of Sheikh Zayed, the UAE founding father. This was performed by the London Symphony Orchestra just a couple of days ago, from the home of London Symphony Orchestra, of course, in London. And everyone here knows that London Symphony Orchestra is one of the greatest orchestras of the world. So for them to perform the work of Mohammed Fayrouz, Emirati composer, an Arab composer, for the first time ever, this is an endorsement and a great achievement. Badr, it took me 25 years of hard work to be able to reach this point that I have work today. Listen to me, the rest of the world. I have work today that can be performed, that can be, listened and heard and seen from everyone in the world. So Muhammad Fayrouz was one of the composers, another composer from the Emirates, and working directly with the Emirates, and investing directly with the Emirates young composers, and of course composers in the Arab world. But here, better the Emirates composers and are perhaps more underprivileged than others because we don't have it in the education system. They had to work on their own. They had to find their higher education on their own. All this is not an easy path, Badr, and they had to fight their own battles on their own for a very long time. Another composer that I would like to talk about here and mention is Ihab Darwish. Ihab Darwish is also an Emirati composer who wrote Hikayat last year, and it was commissioned and produced by Abu Dhabi Festival, broadcast online and reached millions. This is the power today of the digital era, but if we use it properly, we can popularize our classical music. We can we can make it accessible to everyone. So it doesn't cancel or take over real life experience. Nothing takes over real life experience. The power and the energy of connecting with everyone at the same moment in real life experience is incredible. So Ihab Darwish is another example of composers from the Emirates that we are working with. This year, like Ihab Darwish is producing his Abrahamic Symphony, his second symphony. So you don't invest once, Badr, and leave. It's ongoing. It's ongoing. You don't leave anyone behind. You always keep on going. And Ihab this year is doing the Abrahamic Symphony, Unity of Three, celebrating the founding of the Abrahamic House in Abu Dhabi. What's very special about this composition, Badr, is we were able to bring together world-renowned Grammy and Academy Award-winning composers and producers together with Ihab Darwish to compose the Symphony of Three. It has three movements: peace, love, and tolerance. I must mention their name, if I may here. You have John Debney, who wrote the scores of The Passion of Christ, David Shire, who wrote the scores of Saturday Night Fever, and Robert Townsend, who produced the recording of the Game of Thrones, the Game of Thrones and the scores of the Game of Thrones. They all came together to work with Ihab Darwish, each one in a movement that I mentioned, with Ihab Darwish, Arab composer from the Emirates, unknown to the world, but because of his merit. But our power here as philanthropists, we were able to connect them. We presented our artists. We presented our composers. And they connected. And I love when they were pronouncing their name in the press conference when they saying we are working with Ihab Darwish. So Ihab Darwish, but from the Arab world, you could see that this is a new name for them. And this is world premiere, Badr. So we have two world premiere with Ihab and Muhammad Fayrouz, and we did many in the past, but I can't mention them. I wish I can mention them all with this little time we have, but they're all there. But what we were able to achieve here, if I may say, is not only nurturing our talent, the Arab talent, and presented on the world stages and online for everyone to know and to listen. We partnered with the greatest institution of the world and halls of the world to present new art, to present new production, new compositions. Like we had the latest was at the Lincoln Center Opera House with the Flying Dutchman. It was a new production that we came together with, of course, it's composed by Wagner, but we came together with the Lincoln Center Opera House with Peter Gilp, and with the Canadian Opera House and with the Dutch Opera House. It took 4. It took 3 to 4 to do that, to do this new it was phenomenal. It took us more than 5 years. Now you tell me who's from the Arab world is doing this with you, Huda. At the moment, from what I understood from our partner, we're the only one from the Arab world who's working on the international arena in new productions, commissions, co-commissions, and with the content that will stay for humanity forever. It doesn't matter if it premieres from New York, it doesn't matter if it premieres from Abu Dhabi. What matters is what we leave behind, the content. So this is what we do and what we're trying to do in the world of music, better, and it's the impact that we leave behind, and it's the accessibility to all. So this is like if I can say in the world of music, and what's needed is to continue joining hands. We need infrastructure, we need facilities, more halls, we need, all is needed. And there is always a place for innovation. But the will to unite and work for the embetterment of humanity through the arts and music, this is, this is not only needed. Without that, we have nothing. You can have the greatest hall of the world, but they will remain empty. So,
absolutely. And thank you so much for sharing some incredibly powerful examples. I know there are many more, and I would really encourage all the viewers to visit admaf.org, ADMAF.org, to get a picture into some of the other incredible projects and works and pieces that are being nurtured and produced by ADMAF, by the work of the foundation. You've also been recognized on the global stage as an advocate for women's rights and empowerment through education, career development, and equality of opportunity. What role can philanthropy in and from the Arab region towards music and the arts play as an enabler for gender equality? And how can we catalyze more philanthropic capital towards this important cause?
Thank you, Badr. ADMAF advocates to the needs of both women and men in the arts and provides equal opportunity for them to create their work and present it. And we will always strive to empower artists to be part of the decision-making process and reform policies relating to the arts. This is the mission. How do I do it with men and women? But in here the question is women, and they were really more underprivileged and to a certain extent in the world of music and the arts. Listen to them, listen to their needs, understand their needs. And then support them, and more important for me is invite them to be part of the decision-making. The reform for women to take part of it. Not on, it's not just a theory it's what they need, and we need to make it happen. So we do support women in many ways, and something as I said, Badr, I'm proud of. But if I can give you example, in our Portrait of a Nation 2, the exhibition that's happening today, Beyond Narrative, and it opened the doors just a few days ago, last month, and it tells the story of the United Arab Emirates, the story of the contemporary art movement for the past 50 years. Almost half of the artists represented are women. We have supported women artists by funding their education, as we did with Emirati visual art, Karima Shumel, the first Emirati artist PhD, Karima Shumeli. She did her doctorate degree in Kingston University in London with the ADMAF support. So not only we present their work and support their work to be produced and commission their work, it give them also opportunity to new commissions for women. It's we have funds for higher education that for women, it's there, and it's for them to have, and we continue to do that, from masters to PhD to even to internships. This is ongoing. I also believe you want support women, then demonstrate their work, then show off their work. So we have supported many women to be their work to be in museums abroad. So like Najat Makki, we donated the works of Najat Makki to the National Museum of Women Artists in Washington. Others are through our connections with the Guggenheim Museum, with Makba Museum of Barcelona, their work of art. And in the world of music, we have it's a continuous investment. Badr, who is ready, we move on with. So in the world of music, we have a young soprano, Al-Qiwaini, Sarah Al-Qiwaini, that we have supported her in building up her career and her internships abroad, and gave her an opportunity with Renee Fleming on the stage. She was, she auditioned with Renee Fleming, and she told me, Mrs. Kanoo, she's ready. I'm going to take her with me on the stage and present her also to the rest of the world. These are just a few in the commitment towards women and in the support that for women. And it's a continuous. We continue to commission. We continue to produce. We continue to present women artists at Shubak, for example, Shubak Festival in London, Arabic Music Days at Pierre Boulez Salle in Daniel Barenboim Academy in Berlin. Just again to mention a few. Lately, Carnegie Hall, New York, we had women from the Arab world performing, and we had Ibtisam Abdelaziz artwork as the poster and the driving force behind the invitation to the Arab Language Day. So it's a continuous investment, Badr, and there is no end to stop. There's no end. You tell me, what is the beginning? What is the end? How can you do it? How we just move on with this, with the one who are ready, give them the opportunity. With the one who are not ready, invest in their education, invest in their potential. And in the end, champion their work. This is what women need today, in my opinion.
That's again beautifully said. And on the subject of course, youth, you've mentioned youth a number of times in this discussion so far. For those aspiring philanthropists who are passionate about generating positive social impact in the UAE, but also the wider region, what advice can you share with them as they define their philanthropic purpose and priorities and go about executing on their mission? And what are some of the things that you have learned over time about avoiding some of the pitfalls and perhaps hazards that might exist when pursuing a lifelong mission dedicated towards a higher purpose?
Badr, I would like to seek your advice and the advice of my fellow philanthropists. But what I would like to do, if I may, Badr, is to share, to allow me to share the lessons I've learned. Footfall, we can't avoid footfall. We're gonna have many on the way, but we will learn. We will learn a lot from it. What I learned better from the past 25 years is to stay faithful to my vision, to my mission. I learned to work with humility in the pursuit of my mission. Challenges will always come. But we cannot let them defeat us. And we will not let them defeat us. If we fall, we must rise up again. Ask for help. I learned to ask for help. And find ways to persevere in our work. Badr, we will walk on a path of thorns, and we will bleed. And this will not change. But we will learn how to heal and keep on moving. I don't know what's the secret of the universe. You know, what is this universal secret? We will always be a few. But you know, not everyone, and remember this, please, with me, all of you, not everyone will value our work. But the true value of our work remains in what we can give and share. This is the value that we bring. What we can give and share. And where we can make a difference. I believe that if we are to lead, I believe, Ya Badr, that if we are to lead as philanthropists, we must be an unshakable bridge for people to cross over from problems to solutions. We are the bridge. Solid bridge. People trust us, follow us, confident in us, that we will help them reach their goal and sort their problems. A bond of unbreakable confidence in us. We build it. Our work, my fellow philanthropists and my dear friends, our work is hard work. Let's agree, our work is hard work. And this is never going to change. So if we think we're going to have an easy drive, it's not going to be an easy drive. But this work brings joy. It brings joy to the heart of people. And this is an act of love. And therefore, the ultimate blessing. This is who we are, philanthropists. Thank you, Badr.
You are an inspiration to so many, including me, in more ways than you will ever know. And your continuing and really authentic engagement with the Center for Strategic Philanthropy at Cambridge has already made a huge difference in its work. So thank you immensely for all that you have done and continue to do.
Thank you, Badr. Thank you for what you are doing and for giving us the opportunity.
Thank you so much.